Yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus.
It breaks my heart when I see loved ones lose hope. It breaks my heart when I see people wanting to rely on themselves and not asking for help. I'm not talking about the help of people. I'm talking about asking help from God. You know, people turn their backs away from him, and it hurts. It does. Honestly, from a person who is growing in their faith, I am young, but I am growing. Finding purpose, finding that peace, having hope. It all comes from him. It all comes from the one above, the man himself. And this is a topic that I want to talk about. Let's talk about it. Finding purpose in your faith. We're learning things every day. We're growing. Technology is getting more and more advanced. People are becoming smarter. Academics, is growing. Academia. Whether you're in school, whether you're out of school, we know that society is evolving. Now, looking at this current time, looking at today, people often lose sight on their faith. Their faith is really put on the back burner, and it comes from multiple reasons, right? They start feeling a lot of burden. They start feeling a lot of pressure in terms of just society or living in this world today. They got to focus on work. They got to focus on school, making do for rent, making ends meet, finding ways to be financially stable. And throughout all that chaos, throughout all that worrying and stress, people just don't find time to turn to God. Instead of putting all your problems, putting all your stresses and just all your worries and giving it to God, we would rather hold it for ourselves and trying to find a way to make it out on our own. If we lived and relied on ourselves, we're not making it. We're not gonna make it. It's a sad reality. We would want to be like, oh, we're strong enough. We're secure enough. We got it. Like, we know what to do, so we could just handle it on our own. I'm telling you, it doesn't work out like that. We might think that we know it all. We might think that we're all powerful and we can just solve all our problems. It's all us. It's us, it's like a me problem, right? I am in it. I can get myself out of it. I don't need anybody else. It's a mindset that we should work on. It's a mindset that we should try and work on and work ourselves out of. You need him. You need God. He will direct us in the ways where we need to go. He will get us out of those troubling times. He will give us stability, peace. He will give us hope. He will give us a sense of purpose. So finding purpose comes from you growing your relationship with him. That should be the number one. That's the number one reason. That's the number one way, if you want to make this video short. But I mean, there's little things that we could work on throughout our day, right? Like having a better prayer life, growing in his word, reading his word, not only reading it, but also analyzing, studying it, and learning his word for yourself. Instead of relying on other people to deliver the message, maybe, read the message, and then after reading it, take what you find and see how it applies, how it could be applicable to your life, So things like that, right? Like, that's constantly things I think about all the time in regards to my own life. It's not really me talking like I already have it figured out, because I don't. I really don't. And this is, at the end of the day, a safe place. I want it to be an area where we could just talk and just be real. Where the realness at, man? Like, let's just be real. I feel like so much things have happened in this entire world. So many things have taken place in my life, at least. that- I know it's only because of God. That's it. That's one thing I will never play about. My closest people know that I might play a lot, but the one thing I will never play about is the Lord. I will never play about Jesus. I will never play about any of it. None of it. When it comes to Him, I'm serious. Hey, I pray for all y'all. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, y'all are good. Make sure y'all find Him. Y'all have a good relationship with Him. You know, I pray that you guys grow and grow strong in your faith. Everything else will take care of itself. Make sure you get that one thing down, and the rest of it, it will be okay. Okay, the rest of it's just temporary. Like everything's temporary. The one thing you know that will be permanent is your relationship with Him. That's it. Find your purpose in your faith. Everything else that you think is a problem will take care of itself because He will take care of it. Just give it to Him. He knows what to do. He knows where you're at. He just wants you to include Him in everything that you got going on. That's it. Thank you, God. Thank you.